And happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is your boy Grade A Fantasy with another episode of Grade A Power Plays. Didn't really play that much hockey over the weekend. Did hit a power play or two last night on Anaheim. That's about it. It was mainly about the football slate. I am trying to put in some bets today along with playing today's slate because once basketball hits, those GPPs, especially on FanDuel, it used to be just FanDuel. Now the last couple years, especially on DK, these prize pools go pretty down south. I was hoping there'll be a 5K one today, but it's a 3K to first with 1K to second, so we'll see how that goes. I am having some issue, at least I could load up some things. I am having some issue with the bets that I did place because, as you can see on the cover sheet, I do want to talk about the Winnipeg Jets and the Flames. I do have all their power play points for Winnipeg set. This is my favorite spot of the night when it comes to power plays. This is also a viable spot for that top line to get multiple points. Obviously, looking at their 1 point props, like maybe Velarde and you get an assist from Josh and a point from Josh Morrissey, that might be something. But it's not really going to give you much, like a plus 150 something possibly. But the power play points are still good odds. Like you still got Kyle Conner at plus 190, Mark Scheifele 200, Velarde 290, and then after that, the opportunity just go up and up from there. And Iafallo still at the plus 450. Now I grabbed all of these. I don't know why it's not displaying this already. My account balance went down obviously, but I do have these down. Why do I love the power play? Well, Winnipeg has one of the best power plays so far. 5-game sample, 33%, third in the league. Calgary is giving up alone 4.7 goals, just over 4 goals, 4.17, with a 73.9 penalty kill. And they're in 6 games. And in these 6 games, they're second at 84 behind Chicago at 84 minutes. Chicago, all they got to do is just the way they play. They just got to play one more game. And by the end of the first period, maybe by mid-second, they get to 100 penalty minutes already. And it's looking like it's almost confirmed, but it's likely that Dustin Wolf is at goal tonight for Calgary. 1 and 2. These are all games that happened in the 2024 and the end during last season. Does have a victory, but does have a decent to solid, just above 90, 91-ish percent save percentage against them. Is giving up 3 goals against, but like I said, this Calgary team is worse defensive than what it was last year. Even on the road, I still like the opportunities here for Kyle Conner, Iafallo and company. Obviously, we all know Conner, Scheifele, Velarde, all on line one. Morrissey, the power play quarterback. Iafallo has been scoring power plays. He has 3 power play points already. So all these options are highly viable. If you're also thinking about onslaughting a bit, I think the 2-point conversation is there. Now, Conner, Scheifele, not the best odds, really. Them two together, plus 314. They have multiple games as usual playing. If you want to take it by themselves, there are times that Velarde gets on the score sheet. He has a couple of 2-point games under his belt this season, so he's plus 390. If you're really trying to sweat out something for 2 points, because since he's on the power play and he's on the second line, Alex Iafallo, maybe he gets another power play point and then gets a 5-on-5. Line 2 is pretty interesting with the Niederreiter, with like the Nino Niederreiters, Iafallos, and Jonathan Tays combo. They're all plus money. Those are options there. Because after you get, you're on the road, second and third line are probably going to see better matchups. Calgary doesn't bring up much resistance, but once you keep going down the line to second and third lines, people like Tays and Iafallo can be comboed. 130 plus 122 combo get you 264. Nino Niederreiter and company. But I really like if there's anything that's worth taking a shot, I mean, all 3 of these guys for 2 points is onslaught kind of crazy, but that's where majority of offense comes from. Like Kyle Conner shooting, Scheifele assisting and playmaking. The top line for 2 points each is 860, but if anything, it'll be interesting for somebody like Gabe Velarde plus 390 for 2 points. If so, that would what I'll be going for. And the other game that I like on this short slate, when it comes to power play points, man, we're looking at two teams that it could kind of the score could kind of shoot up. Now, obviously, once again, taking these guys for a point is pretty much nuked. But since the Buffalo Sabres are the underdogs, some of them do have better odds. There's some interesting even money plays, like the Zachary Boldukes and stuff like that. But I actually like the Buffalo side more. Even though Buffalo is another team that's given up a lot of power plays, I think it could go either way. Buffalo has 68 penalty minutes, 6th in the league. 13th in the league is Montreal. But Buffalo, surprisingly, has so far this early in the season, 95% penalty kill. Montreal still in their old habits, giving up a lot of penalties and not so good penalty kill at 72.2. So if we go with that, and then obviously them being the favorite, as you can see there, the power play odds, you got to go down up to 4 people for Montreal just to get a plus 200, and it's Slafkovsky at 270. Buffalo starts at 230, and it's a solid power play. It's a solid power play so far this season. Dahlin, Tage starting at 230, 260. You got Josh Doan, who's been on fire lately. He's definitely worth the 420, obviously. Alex Tuch not on power play 1 because that's not gone to Doan. But if you think he could do something while he's on power play 2, it's a worthy risk at 500. But the power play 1 has done pretty much everything. That is the main power play. I think they're all viable. Like, everybody's a part of it. I think both sides can easily get power play opportunities, multiple. But Josh Doan, I'm willing to take the entire power play. Well, at least these 4 people anyway. And then, like I said, if you want to go for Alex Tuch just because the odds are there, why not? But like I said, he is not correlated with these guys at all. Was on power play 1 last year. He is now on 2. Josh Doan has taken that spot. So, but definitely a lot of opportunity here with these guys. I'm definitely jumping in on that. Like I said, you just need a few of those. I'm just taking the Buffalo odds because the Buffalo odds are just way better. Will I be interested in maybe a Suzuki, a Bolduc and a Slafkovsky? Yes, I'll probably jump on one of those because Buffalo gives up a lot of opportunity as well. But you got to go down at least to 4 people, to the 4th player to start getting over 200 odds. There's Winnipeg 2nd and 3rd line combinations that give me better odds than Nick Suzuki, Caulfield, and Lane Hudson. Well, maybe just under Lane Hudson, so that's how that's going to go. But thank you for tuning in once again. Later, we will get the first show for the Week 8 slate on FanDuel. But happy Hockey Day. DFS, betting-wise, good luck. It's going to be interesting to see what these GPPs start looking like now that basketball is back. That's another reason why I'm kind of emphasizing hockey today. But I will drop a DFS video for the Week 8 slate on football. Thank you for tuning in. This is your boy Grade A Fantasy with another episode of Grade A Power Plays. Thank you for watching. I'm signing off.